Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the starting 11 show. Everton versus Chelsea in a absolutely huge football match for Everton Football Club. Yeah, it's going to be nerve-wracking. It's going to be exciting. And ultimately, I believe Everton are going to get 3 points. And this team is going to get those 3 points. So let's get into it. In goal, Jordan Pickford, England's number one. Yeah. There are just he's the goalie, and that's it. At right back, Seamus Coleman. Again, there aren't really any other choices. John Joe Kenny is not going to get in the side, and the argument over Nathan Patterson is gone, isn't it? Because he's not available. So Seamus Coleman, with all his experience in the side, he's going to have a tough day, to be honest. As is Michaelenko on the other side at left back, because Chelsea play with the wing backs, they play high, and it's going to be tough. For Michaelenko, he's going to have to be his best. Obviously, did really well last week against Salah. He's probably going to be up against Reece James in this game. It's going to be very, very difficult for both our fullbacks with the way Chelsea play. But Michaelenko has been very, very good in the last 2 or 3 games and is continually getting better. He's finding his feet, finding the pace of the Premier League now, and hopefully has a good game in this, because he's going to have to. The 2 centre-backs, Yerry Mina has to return to the side. Obviously, he was left out last week in Anfield just to protect him for the coming games. When he plays, Everton are a much stronger side, a better defensive side, and Everton need him in as many games as possible. But you have to look after him. And that's been the problem this season. Unfortunately, when he went away with Colombia, playing 3 games in a week. I think it was in October. That really did destabilise his season. But he's back, and we've got to look after him, so he starts. Next to him, this is a tough one. Obviously, Ben Godfrey is injured and will be injured for maybe the last week of the season. So, who'd you put in there? Is it Keane? Is it Holgate? Is it Branthwaite? I'm going to go with Michael Keane. I think he done well last week when he came in last minute against Liverpool. And I think if we play and we defend on the edge of our box, then that suits Michael Keane. He always looks better with Yerry Mina next to him. Yerry Mina is like the alpha, the leader at the back, and that helps Michael Keane just play his game. Hopefully, Everton will not play too much out from the back and will get it wide as much as they can, or certainly get it high as much as they can. And that just means Michael Keane has to concentrate on one thing, and that's defending. And I thought last week at Anfield he did well at that, and I thought he did well down at Stamford Bridge as well. When he's asked to just defend and defend on the edge of his box, he's a good defender. It's when it's all those other things start getting added into the mix that he becomes a problem. Or certainly when you play a high line. We can't play a high line against Chelsea like we couldn't play one last week against Liverpool. Too many fast, energetic, athletic players, and they will destroy us. So that's my back 4. Moving into the midfield, same again really. I'd start with Alan, who, regardless of how many touches he had last week or completed passes, his interceptions were the main thing. It was what he was there for. He was there to protect the back 4, and I thought he did that well last week. Against Leicester, I don't think it was particularly his best game, but against Liverpool, he did well, and I think this game will be similar. We have to almost approach this game like we're the away team and capitalise on picking off Chelsea when they're coming at us. And I think, so for me, Alan is in there for that. I'd keep the Corey in the side. I thought it was his best game for a long time last week against Liverpool, and really should have done better with the opportunity he got when he broke at the Kop end. But I thought he was much better last week, and probably just sitting on the bench for a couple of weeks, getting back down to it in training, working hard, remembering what he was good at. And he is someone in that midfield who can break up the play and then try and spring, the counter-attack for us. So he'd be in there. And ahead of them, be a Iwobi. Last week, it was a weird game for Iwobi because it was one of those where at times, I don't think he quite knew what his responsibilities were in the side. It was similar against Leicester in the first half when we didn't have a lot of the ball. But at this moment, I do think he is playing. He's doing okay as that number 8. It is his role. It's the role really he was brought to play in. It's his best position. He's useless out wide. And I think, when you look at the players we've got available to us, I think at this moment, you could probably bring Delph back. It's not 100% known whether he's available. You could have that midfield 3 and say, Decore be the player who plays in that 8. But I think Iwobi now has fashioned that role for himself, so I would leave him in there. And let's see how he does. In the front 3 positions, on the right-hand side, Anthony Gordon. On the left-hand side, Richarlison. Now, those 2 players could swap. Richarlison he's been playing well in the forward positions, but I want him to play deeper where he can pick up the ball and hit people and start running at people and be in the game more, but also get back and help out. And as I said earlier, against Chelsea's wing backs, he's going to need to do that. Anyone who plays in that position is going to need to do that. Anthony Gordon, the same on the other side. Last week he gave Liverpool's defence a torrid time when he run at them. That was obviously a lot on the left-hand side. So this is where maybe him and Richarlison could switch roles during the game. Those 2 will be the creative spark for us. They'll be picking up the ball. They'll be running at Chelsea. They'll be trying to make opportunities for us. Now, down the middle, I'm going to go for Dele. I think in the last couple of weeks, we've seen a little bit of an upturn when he comes off the bench. Coming off the bench, first of all, I think he's been getting more into games. I don't think Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he is available, he is back in the squad, but in and out of the team, when he's playing, he hasn't really shown anything. He can come off the bench, but I think Dele, I don't know. You just think that there might be something there. Dele's got a great record against Chelsea as well. And when you're just looking for that little bit of a spark at this time of the season, in this position we're in, listen, I don't think it's going to come from Rondon. Richarlison, yes, could play up front, but as I said, I think he goes missing for too many long periods of the game when you want him to be in it. And I just think Dele could be that spark. Okay, he's not a traditional number 9. He's not someone who's going to stay up there all the time. He might drop in and maybe him and Richarlison can swap positions now and again, but I don't know. I just think that this could be the opportunity for him that he needs to get that Everton career going. So I'm going to play Dele, and then hopefully maybe Dominic Calvert-Lewin could come off the bench and add something. I don't know if he will or not, but the option is certainly there. So that's my 11. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is this the team you go for, or would you make changes to the defence, the midfield, the forward line? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to check out the match preview for the game as well with me and Baz. Yeah, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already. You want more great videos, join us over on Patreon where we do daily live videos. The link is in the description and it's on the screen right now. See you later.